exclusive. Everybody stop playing. South Korea has clinched the group dance from Slovakia, highest score. Yeah, we'll go for Korea, they're just kind of fun. We did really good their first two matches. They're already Ukraine, Czechoslovakia, it's do or die here. We got the European champions versus the Eastern European champions from earlier this year, so a fascinating matchup here. Fractured Dreams, does this count as a circle syllable? It doesn't, right?
I don't think
anyone want to chime in from the team? Yeah. Well, anyways, we're gonna go to the next screen, and then everybody will be just about ready to get started.
I still need that 8th stream.
Can't you just watch your own? Because you don't need an 8th. You'll see the way the positioning works.
Oh, yeah, okay, I see now.
You don't need an 8th. Alright everybody, go onto the level select screen. We'll be beginning our 15-minute match on Space's Countdown. Refresh the level, which everybody has done.
Alright. 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, we have begun the match here. As I was saying, it's do or die for both Ukraine and Czechoslovakia. Korea has already won their group, so they don't have a whole ton to play for. Really just for the MVP if they want to play for that. But nor does their result affect any of the teams in this group. It's not even like one of those situations where it doesn't matter for them, but it matters for others. It is literally just whoever's the highest of Czechoslovakia and Ukraine. So, what are we thinking about this matchup here? It's pretty fascinating to see. You know, it's just a simple highest score advances match, one level for today at least, right?
It looks like it's gonna be very close.
Well, they have played some really close games between the two of these teams. Both the first and second matches were decided on the last attempt. So between those two teams, and Korea kind of had a
If I'm not mistaken, Ukraine reached the finals, right? In last year's World Cup.
No, so they won the Euro.
Or was it the Euros?
This year.
Oh, so it seems like they're a solid team in this tournament.
And Czechoslovakia won the Eastern European Championship, which had Ukraine in it. It was like held early. Like, you remember like the West, like that you were in like the North Euro Championship, and then you like qualified for like the Euros, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so we're saying like Czechoslovakia won the region. We got Silpet with the completion here. For Czechoslovakia, I believe our first of the day. now it's just a 56-point game for that top spot.
Looks like Silpet gets a back-to-back completion here. That's actually insane. Have we had any completions from any of the other players so far?
Believe we have not. Silpet gets 2 completions in a row to put Czechoslovakia up in first place for the time being. And if you're Ukraine, you're gonna want to start pushing for the end. So far, nobody's even gotten to 70 yet. Great start for Czechoslovakia, where they have a chance to do something interesting where 0 regional champions were able to get out of their group. Get out of the group. 0 regional champions were able to win their group. And so far New Zealand is already out in the groups. And then the United States only got 2nd in their group. And then if Ukraine goes out, then that would be like 2 of 3 regional champions failing to get out. And the one that got out didn't win their group. And arguably only really got in because of a missing player. Which is like kind of wild. Like that the US could kind of consider themselves lucky they advanced in a sense. You can kind of see with the mentality that Korea has, that with how little points they've had, like, I imagine that they play with a relatively low pressure environment this past week, just like knowing that they're already in.
It seems like they're just chilling at the moment. They're just playing for fun.
I might have done that too in their situation. Because like this game is basically meaningless to them. You'd see Czechoslovakia just jumped ahead, but WinXD is going to get the completion. It's going to put Ukraine ahead. Ukraine has sort of pulled it back and taken control. That was their first completion of the match, so absolutely massive deal for them. Quintic's gonna want to start to put up some points here. Oh, they can get 40s. I'm gonna die there. It puts 4 points on the board, but Ukraine currently now in control of the match after that early burst from Czechoslovakia. Ina going. They just died there, but even then, we're just about approaching a completion lead for Ukraine. We just have just about 7 minutes left to go in the match. Silpet and Hina are the furthest into the level. Silpet's gonna die here, and Hina's still going, so you can potentially have this be a four-way, especially with how far Lin XD is getting. Both are getting far to the river. They're Quintix on one of their better runs they've had all match. You're gonna need that now. 54, just short of that second qualifying. It should be 29-point game. However, both the Ukraine players are far enough that they could actually blow the doors open on this on this match. And look at that. Hina's gonna get a completion. Lin XD at the ending. It's been a little while, but they are going to get a completion as well. It's going to be a double completion for Ukraine, and they're inching their way closer to the knockout stage. Interestingly, if Ukraine wins, we'll have a rematch of the cancelled Euro 2026 final.
Wait, so this means that they might face Romania, right?
They will face Romania because Romania already won the group, and Korea already locked into Panama.
Okay, it looks like Silpet gets a completion here, which is extremely.
Yeah, Silpet's gonna get a completion. That's gonna keep it open.
Dude, I forgot the word for it. I'm way too tired for this. I woke up like 50 minutes ago. I was not ready for commentating at all.
Well, I mean, good thing I was able to figure out a way to do it then. It's not just you anymore. We got Hina at the ending though, and that's gonna be a completion for Ukraine. Bluntik's still going into the level though. I mean, if you can get a completion especially, that'd be a huge deal considering he was pretty slow to start, but you know, sometimes that happens in these matches. Hina's gonna get the completion. Bluntik doesn't have much left to go. They're into the final qualifying, so regardless, this will be a pretty large point gain, but you're definitely gonna want that completion to match Hina's output. They're not going to get it, but again, still large amount of points. 353 is the difference now. Still pretty significant though. Silpet's the furthest of anybody here. But that's actually going to get a completion for Korea. Good work. The already confirmed group winners. They'll at least go up. But look at this, Kumbin and Hina, both on the same part of the level right now. See that? No, Hina died. You can see Silpet still going in here. Regardless, we're guaranteed a matchup of two Eastern European powerhouses in the quarterfinals. But Silpet at the last jump is going to beat the level and get the completion. Bluntik's still going as well, and Czechoslovakia is trying everything they can do to try and push it at the very end and try and get one of what will be one of the little larger comeback victories in this competition's history. So a completion for Silpet. Gonna move the deficit down to 186. If Bluntik could go get one himself, that would just be a kind of a game changer in a way. But Hina's going as well, so we'll have to see. Hina's gonna die here, and Bluntik's gonna pick up the completion. Another completion for Czechoslovakia, and the margin has completely tightened up now, with just about 2 minutes left on the clock. Now, you really start to entertain the possibility of comeback. It is just a 26-point game. That is the difference that Ukraine currently has on Czechoslovakia. This would be one of the most impressive comebacks, I would say, in group stage history. Even though they kind of started out, they were losing by around the 400s range at some points during this match. So that double completion for Ukraine, I feel like for a lot might have made people think it was over during that time, but Lin XD getting far right now, so has a chance to at least make that harder for them. Silpet is the highest score of anybody. We could see Punktix going as well. LinXD at the ending. Gonna go and pick up the completion. Silpet's gonna die. I don't know if this leaves enough time for to get another run in. I think it might, but for Silpet. But Punktix gonna be at the ending here. You get for Hina. 320. Sunben's gonna get another completion for Korea. Actually kinda close to MVP. We got a completion from Punktix here. And look at this, I think there should be a 24-point difference now, which is 38 seconds left on the clock.
I think this might have.
I think this might be ending to this match.
Yeah, I think this might be the closest World Tournament match that I've ever hosted, or even watched for that matter.
This is really close.
Like Czechoslovakia was at one point 600 points behind.
NXT going into the level. 55 points is the difference. Hina dies just in time. Time is now up. The last attempts for everybody. Handy on is going to be
music, I am number one. Waterflame Tamanite, you guys are done. When a level drops in,
NXT gonna end it off on a completion.
All the GED players put your hands
Hina's
up.
gonna go down, but so does Silpet.
All the GED players put your hands up.
NXT's completion just factored in, and that's gonna be it. You know, we'll see if Punktix can go and get the completion here, but and it looks like they might. And wow, that NXT completion was the difference right there. If he didn't get that completion, that wouldn't have been enough. And you know, Silpet got those 2 early completions, but couldn't find another one for the rest of the match. Unfortunate for them, because that is going to wrap up the match. 62-point difference from the top, but the European champions are just going to hold on. You know, Ukraine has kind of risked it a lot in these getting some really close results, but no, your last completion counted. It should be here. Yeah. It was just weird to see like the whole match, but again, congratulations to Ukraine for securing their 2nd spot in the group. We have Ukraine versus Romania in the quarterfinals now confirmed, and we just have one more match of the group stage left, and we'll see you all in about 20 minutes for that match. Thank you all for watching.